After that, I returned to my post, still thinking about what had just happened to me. All night long, I couldn't stop glancing at the windows on the 8th floor. And well, it wasn't just that one time. Things were like that every night I watched over that place. The day of the incident, this experience happened when I was working as a security guard at a hospital. I had only been working there for a few days. And to be honest, my shifts had passed without any major difficulties. This was the case until one time when something happened that really terrified me. The night was calm. I was chatting with my support colleague. We were both trying to make the shift more pleasant. There was nothing left to do. By then, the comings and goings of people had slowed down. And everything was almost deserted. I received a call. "Good evening, officer. Look, this is Dr. Contreras." "Oh, good evening, doctor. I need you to do me a favor." "Of course, tell me, how can I help you?" "Well, I'm calling from the 8th floor. I have some samples here that need to be taken to Dr. Jose. You know him, right?" "Doctor Jose?" "Ah, yes. Yes, of course, doctor. I'll head up there right away." "Thank you very much, officer. I'll be waiting here." Initially, it seemed strange to me since the 8th floor was supposed to be unoccupied. What? It's my duty to patrol all areas, and I was sure of that. However, I thought it might be a misunderstanding. Without giving it more thought, I told my colleague I would leave him alone for a few moments. I headed to the hall and took the elevator. Then I pressed the button for the 8th floor and went up. The doors opened before me, and I felt a twinge in my chest when I saw that all the lights on the floor were off. Everything was dark. I couldn't see anything. Sensing that someone was playing a prank on me, I turned on my flashlight and directed the beam of light around. I noticed everything was covered in dust, quite neglected. That's when I realized I was right. That floor wasn't in use. Suddenly, I heard noises in the distance as if someone was moving metal objects or something similar. They surely came from what used to be an office or a laboratory because I didn't see anything in the hallway. I imagined they were trying to scare me. What an initiation prank. I didn't want to fall for their game, so I returned to the elevator. Frankly, being pranked like that bothered me quite a bit. That's why I decided to go see Dr. Vizcaino, who was the head of security at the time. "Listen, I don't think it's right for them to mess with someone like that." "I don't understand, officer." "What happened?" "I got a call from the 8th floor. They asked me to go up and collect some samples to take to Dr. Jose. So I went up. But you know that floor isn't operational. I think they were trying to scare me." "From the 8th floor, you say?" "Yes." "Who called you?" "They said it was Dr. Contreras." "Are you sure?" "Yes, that's what they told me. But honestly, I don't know him. I can't say for sure it was him." "All right. Let's see what we can do." "What do you mean, let's see what we can do?" "With all due respect, I think at the very least you should call their attention." "Yes, well, what's going on?" "Look, I don't want to scare you. Because now you'll say I'm the one playing a prank on you." What are you talking about?" "Dr. Contreras did work for several years on the sample floor, the one you went up to. But he passed away about 5 years ago. The strange thing is that after his death, several employees started saying they saw him on that floor. Sometimes they heard his voice calling them from another office, and even saw him walking down the hallway. In the end, no one wanted to work there anymore. Anyway, they were going to change that area of the building, so it wasn't much of an issue, and they left the 8th floor vacant." "Doctor, don't you think it could have been someone else who called me?" "To be frank, I don't think so. Besides you and your colleague, I'm the only man on duty today. The rest of the staff are women. And in case you were wondering, Dr. Jose, who they asked you to take the samples to, still works here. He comes in the mornings. In fact, samples are only handled during that shift. I think it would have been better not to know all that because now." I was terrified. I didn't know what to say, and apparently neither did Dr. Vizcaino. Ultimately, I believed his words. He seemed genuinely disturbed. After that, I returned to my post, still thinking about what had just happened to me. All night long, I couldn't stop glancing at the windows on the 8th floor. And well, it wasn't just that one time. Things were like that every night I watched over that place. I could never shake the chills when I looked up. To this day, I still clearly remember that voice. I'm terrified to say it this way, but I think I heard the voice of a deceased person. The voice of a man that made me question why I should be even more vigilant while on duty. I'm sorry. It's just that, regarding these hurdles about moving forward in my career, I feel like I've become emotionally detached. I've learned so much from all these experiences, worked so hard in challenging situations, that now I feel I have something more to do than just fight against fear. To this day it's all still vivid to me.